Hello and welcome to this video series on how to prepare for your PMP exam. My name is Cornelius Fichtner. The video series consists of 8 steps and 8 videos, and you are currently watching step 1, because the first thing that you have to do is to determine whether you have all the prerequisites to take the PMP exam in the first place. But before we get started with the 8 steps, allow me to introduce myself. I have been a project manager for the last 20 years, and in 2004 I received my PMP certification. In 2005 I presented my first PMP exam preparation workshop, and since then over 15,000 students have gone through my training. But as you can imagine, it's very difficult to bring 15,000 students into the classroom in front of yourself. And that's absolutely correct, because my training isn't an in-classroom training, it is a downloadable and online training. In 2006, I released the first project management professional certificate podcast called the PM Prepcast, and these 15,000 students have prepared for their exam with the Prepcast on their iPod, on their laptop, or any other mobile devices. I am also the host of the Project Management Podcast. This is a free podcast available to anybody on the internet, anybody who's a project manager, obviously, and we bring you interviews, discussions, and the latest and greatest topics in project management once every week. And should you pass your PMP certification, then, as you will learn later on in this series, you are going to have to earn PDUs, Professional Development Units. And for this, we launched the PDU podcast for all those PMPs among you who would like to earn their PDUs on the go. And with these 3 products, I cover the whole spectrum of a project management professional's career. And this is also where we want to get started in our overview of the PMP exam and how to prepare for it. The project manager's career, your career, because project management remains one of the hottest career options for IT professionals and also for people who work in other industries. Obviously, CIOs report quarter after quarter that project management skills are among the most sought after skills for their organizations. IT project managers are responding to this demand by increasingly seeking out project management certifications. According to the Project Management Institute, that's the PMI, the number of IT professionals who hold the PMP credentials has doubled in the past 5 years. The PMP certification is offered by the PMI, the Project Management Institute. It is the most popular project management certification in the USA and possibly even worldwide. It shows to a prospective employer that an individual, a certified project manager, is proficient in PMI's project management framework, the PMBOK guide. We all have a common language that stems from this book. It also indicates that the individual possesses significant project management skills, knowledge, and experience. According to the PMP Credentials Handbook, the PMP exam objectively assesses and measures the experience, education, and professional knowledge, which is the foundation of competent practice as a project manager. The PMP certification can also give a project manager an edge in the job market, because more and more employers note in their job ads for project managers that having the PMP certification is simply a must. And according to a recent salary survey conducted by the PMI, it also shows that certified PMPs earn a higher salary than project managers who do not have this certification. But not everyone is eligible to take the PMI's PMP certification, because you have to meet certain basic requirements in regards to experience and training. So the obvious question is, well, Who is eligible to take the PMP exam? This is what we're going to explore right now for the rest of this video. Every project manager's journey towards the PMP certification should begin by downloading the PMP Credentials Handbook from PMI's website. So if you haven't done that yet, then please stop by at pmi.org, look under certification and download the Credential Handbook. My recommendation here, read the first 20 pages or so to understand what the PMP certification is all about and what the minimum standards are that you have to fulfill in order to be allowed to take the certification. From the PMP Credentials Handbook, you will learn that there are two basic things that you need. You need to be able to show that you have experience in managing projects. You also have to show that you have received a certain number of training hours in project management. And if you happen to have a bachelor's degree or the global equivalent of this type of diploma, then the number of hours of experience that you have to show will get smaller. Let's take a look at that in an overview here. This table here is taken straight from the PMP Credential Handbook by PMI, and as you can see here, the light blue items, you can either have a secondary degree, that's in the first column, or you can have a bachelor's degree at the bottom left there. If you have only a secondary degree, then you have to be able to show that you have 7,500 hours of project management experience. So that is about 4 to 5 years of having actively managed projects as a project manager in a company. If you have a bachelor's degree or the global equivalent, then you only have to show 4,500 hours of experience. And now look over to the right, because you also need in the third column project management education. Here it doesn't matter whether or not you have a secondary degree or a bachelor's degree, you have to be able to show that you have received at least 35 hours of training in project management. The logical follow-up question is, of course, well, how are these project management experience hours different from these contact training hours that everybody is talking about? It's really quite simple. The contact hours, and you need 35 of those, they represent the total time that you as an applicant to the PMP exam have spent in a classroom in front of a teacher receiving training on project management as it relates to PMI's PMBOK guide. On the other hand, the project management hours, that refers back to the time spent leading and directing project management related tasks, so actively working as a project manager on a project. And if you look at this screen right here and you look at the gentleman there at the top left, you're going to say, hey, wait a minute. This is like a 17-year-old boy, and I am a 35-year-old professional project manager. Why do you have a 17-year-old boy's picture here on this slide? Can 17-year-olds take the exam? Well, PMI doesn't really have an age limit here, but what this refers to is really the previous slide when we talked about these contact hours, these training hours. So this student here probably goes to high school, middle school, something like that. If he is currently taking a class in project management at his age, and later on he wants to take the PMP exam, then the hours that he spends in the classroom learning about project management still count, because these hours, the training hours that you received in project management, they never expire. However, the project management hours, the experience hours that we talk about here, they have to be accrued in the past 6 to 8 years, depending on your degree. The number one question that I usually get when it comes down to applying for the PMP certification is this: do I have to be a member of the Project Management Institute? Do I have to sign up and pay the fee and become a member? The answer is quite simple. No, you do not have to be a member of PMI to become PMP certified. However, if you become a member, there are benefits. The benefits that you receive are mostly financial in nature, because if you are a member of PMI who takes the PMP certification, you have to pay a lot less for the PMP exam application fee than somebody who is not a member of PMI. You can give that money to your children and they can put it into their piggy bank. A second financial benefit that you receive from your PMI membership is the fact that you have to read the PMBOK guide in order to prepare for the PMP exam, and we'll see that in a later video. And as a member of PMI, you will receive a free PDF copy of the PMBOK guide. That's worth about $40 or so. And with this, we have come to the end of our first video here in how to prepare for your PMP exam. Remember at the beginning I mentioned that I have a PMP exam podcast, and if you have any of these tools here, these portable video players, an iPad, or also a laptop, then why not check out pmprepcast.com, where you can download over 40 hours of PMP exam preparation videos. Now you have a basic understanding of whether or not you are eligible to take the PMP exam. In our next video, we'll move on to step 2, where I'll show you how to fill out your PMP application. Until next time.